The Man Who Never Gave Up, a true story of grit, pain, and purpose. This story isn't about fame or riches. It's about grit, about the fire within us that refuses to die even when the world turns its back. It's a journey of pain, of loss, of struggle, but above all, of never giving up. If you've ever faced a moment where giving up felt easier than moving forward, this story is for you. Chapter 1. The Ordinary Beginning. Aarav was born in a modest town tucked between the dusty fields of northern India. His father worked as a postal clerk, his mother stitched clothes from home. Their income was meager, but their values were rich. Every morning, Aarav's father would hand him a glass of warm water and say, "Son, don't live like the world owes you something. You owe the world your effort." Back then, Aarav didn't understand the weight of those words, but they'd stay with him forever. Chapter 2. The Spark. In ninth grade, Aarav sat through a lecture by a local entrepreneur, Mr. Beatty, who had built a thriving business from nothing. What caught Aarav's heart wasn't the money or the success, it was the freedom. That day, a spark was lit. He wanted to build something of his own. He came home and wrote in his notebook, "One day, I'll have my own business. I don't know how, but I will." Chapter 3. The Plan and the Price. At 17, Aarav told his parents he wanted to start a business instead of going the traditional engineering route. His mother cried. His father stayed silent. But when Aarav returned with a handwritten business plan, his father simply said, "Walk your path." He began a small printing service. Flyers, pamphlets, business cards. With 10,000 Indian rupees and a second-hand printer, he stepped into the unknown. He distributed flyers, talked to tuition centers, and made cold calls. He walked the streets under the hot sun with a backpack full of samples. Chapter 4. Reality Hits. The first few weeks were hopeful. Then came reality. The printer broke. Clients delayed payments. One order had the wrong dates. And people laughed. Aarav cried quietly in the bathroom, wondering if this was all a mistake. But he remembered, you owe the world your effort. He fixed the printer, talked to clients, kept going. Chapter 5. Lonely Roads. He worked while friends enjoyed college life. He delivered flyers while others posted selfies. He felt invisible, but he never stopped. Even when anxiety crawled in, even when rejections piled up. He journaled every night. Notebooks filled with plans, ideas, quotes, failures. He wrote, "I won't let this break me. If I stop now, all the pain so far goes to waste." Chapter 6. The First Win. 3 years later, a local coaching institute gave him a bulk contract. He delivered with perfection. Word spread. More schools called. His small shop expanded. He hired 2 people. He smiled for the first time in months. He reinvested every rupee, bought a new machine, learned basic accounting, took an online course in marketing. He started getting respect from the very people who once ignored him. Chapter 7. The Storm. Just when things seemed stable, his father suffered a stroke. Hospital bills drained his savings. Orders dropped. Depression knocked on his door. One night, as he was about to give up, he found a voice recording his father made during recovery. "If you ever think of quitting, remember you're already ahead of the version of you who never started." He wiped his tears and went back to work. Chapter 8. The Climb Resumes. With grit, he rebuilt. His business pivoted to digital printing. He started offering school merchandise, built a website, learned online marketing. At 25, Aarav wasn't rich, but he was free. He could support his parents. He had a small team. He mentored others who wanted to start with nothing. His story was shared on a local blog. He was invited to speak at a youth seminar. Chapter 9. Giving Back. Aarav started weekend classes for local youth, teaching them entrepreneurship, communication, and basic tech skills. He partnered with an NGO to help students get low-cost printing for school projects. He wasn't just growing his business. He was growing his community. Chapter 10. Full Circle. One day, Aarav was invited to speak at the same school where Mr. Beatty once stood. He stood on that stage, looked at the young faces, and said, "You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to be rich. You just need to refuse to give up." His story had come full circle. Chapter 11. Reflections. Years later, Aarav sat by his window, sipping tea, watching the rain. His father had passed away peacefully. His mother still stitched sometimes, out of love, not need. He had a small office, a loving wife, and plans to adopt a child. He wasn't famous. He wasn't the millionaire. But he was proud, because I kept my promise to myself. I never gave up. Epilogue. This is not just Aarav's story. It's the story of anyone who dared to choose the hard path. Anyone who kept walking while others quit. Anyone who decided their dream was worth the pain. Let this be a reminder. Whatever your goal is, however long it takes, if you don't give up, you'll get there. And one day, you'll look back and smile, because you were the one who never gave up.